Hey, question. Have you ever had a conversation with a rich man? Have you ever had a conversation with a rich man? Have you ever talked to one of these dudes? And when I mean rich, what I mean is that he's made a lot of money. I won't say $1 million. I'll say multi-millionaire. That he's made a lot of money, right? If you ever have, there's a difference between rich and wealthy. Rich is like, okay, you've made money and you've made enough money to like get whatever you want and to live well. All right, that's rich. Wealthy is like it's generational. All right, like your father was rich, your grandfather was rich, you're rich, your children will be rich, your grandchildren are gonna be rich. That's wealthy. I've never met a wealthy person. I know they exist, but I never met one. All right, but I have had conversations with rich guys. If you ever have a conversation with one of these dudes, it is one of the most empty, meaningless conversations that you'll ever have in your life. Ever. And I'll tell you what. When men get rich, they feel like they're inducted into it's like a sense of being secretive about how to make your money work, right? Like a big secret. Now, we know that they don't teach us in school. We know that we can go to elementary school, junior high, high school, and college and not learn anything about finance because it's not taught, right? Now, the reason that it's not taught is because what men want to do is hoard all the wealth to themselves, or maybe they think that if more people learned about how to make their money work, then it would destroy capitalism and it would destroy the market being what it is, right? But regardless, they don't teach. So when you have a conversation with one of these dudes, it's the most empty, meaningless conversation in the world because he views you as an outsider because you're not rich. He's not going to share any trading secrets with you. He's not going to tell you how to make your money work. He's not going to tell you how to do any of this. And it's a freaking crime. It's one of the reasons why such a huge numbers of poor people exist, because men fail to teach. All right. And men fail to teach because they have a motive and greed, and they just want to keep everything to themselves and to keep you as an outsider. This is how they feel better than you, or feel like they can accomplish more than you, all of that, when the secrets of building wealth and all of that should be taught, but it won't be taught. It'll never be taught, right? So where does the information come from? Well, it comes from men who are already rich. So they might teach their children, but they don't teach anybody else, you know. They don't teach it in school. They don't hold classes. So even when you watch their symposiums, like if you watch one of these guys speak, you know, when they're holding their little seminars, like Dan Pena or any of these people, or people who've just gotten rich, even hold a seminar like The Rock. If you ever watch them, their little seminars are all the same. They'll say shit that don't make, they say things that make absolutely no sense. Like they'll say, I came to this country and I only had $40. That's all I had. I worked hard and I started my own business. What? You telling me you came to this country with $7 and you started your own business? You skipped over a lot of area, didn't you? Yeah. You skipped over a lot of area. These men are full of it, bro. These men are full of it. And I'm using that as a point to say this. Feminism is not responsible for the way the world works. So one of the first things that men need to stop doing is stop blaming feminism for the way the world works. Western civilization is moving into a dictatorship, not just America. America is the hub of it. America is the nucleus of the concept, but it's not the only place it's going on. All right. This dictatorship is moving into all Western civilized nations. All right. It's already happening in Canada, Australia, Europe. It's already happening. Right. So you being caught up in being Republican or Democrat and going back and forth with the goofy fight, you're just a sheep. You're just a sheep being caught up in a fight. You know what I mean? Feminism is not responsible for the way the world works. It's not responsible for it. What feminism is used as a platform to make losing your rights acceptable to a portion of the public, right? Now, we know that women are always tricked and they're always deceived, and man exploits the fact that man exploits her in order to bring about the changes that he wants. All right? So when we start blaming stupid things like feminism and gay rights for the way the world is, I'm afraid that you don't understand men at all. Men and their ego. Men and their ego, right? Oh, we don't understand men at all. So one of the things that I wanted to do during this growth series is to help you understand, because understanding is the foundation of anything. All right? Understanding becomes foundation. So look at it this way. Women have a basis nature just like men have a basis nature. So to understand, I want you to understand the basis nature of all women and what it is. Are you ready? All women are a perpetual state of dissatisfaction. That is all women, regardless of their socioeconomic background, regardless of their age, regardless of their race, regardless of whether they were born in America or born someplace else. All women are a perpetual state of dissatisfaction. Now, the reason that we say the word perpetual is because perpetual just means repetitive in cycles. That's all it means, repetitive in cycles. All right, that means that her dissatisfaction is ongoing. It has no end. All right, and it'll come back around. Now, man is using this nature of hers to exploit her to be a catalyst for launching something that they already had in mind, whether feminism existed or not. All right. I don't blame women for the way the world works. I do blame women for what they personally do to a man, what they personally do to their family, what they personally do to finances, what they personally do. But I don't blame them for being what they are. All right. This is men that are doing this. And I want you to understand it because it seems like today men are getting caught up in the wrong fight and being mad at the wrong person. I don't expect a woman to be anything more than what a woman is created to be. All right? So in one of the other videos, I used this for an example. If you let an 8-year-old run your house, because children are also perpetual states of dissatisfaction, right? You ever try to satisfy a child? Give them everything, buy them everything. What happens? They just want more and more and more. If you let an 8-year-old run your house, what would your house be like? What would your family be like? Even if you gave them the money to pay rent and bills, what would your house be like? Now, are you going to be mad at the 8-year-old for being an 8-year-old? Or would you be mad at the person who gave the 8-year-old the power to run the house? Do you understand what I'm saying? Would you be mad at the 8-year-old, or would you be mad at the person who gave them the right to run the house? All right, so I'm saying that in order for you to understand and to help you to stop being so mad at women. Yes, you're going to have to separate yourself. Yes, you have to protect your rights and your earnings. Yes, but waging war against them is waging war against 8-year-olds. It makes no sense. All right? They can't understand what you're saying. Anything that you have to say that benefits you or that would benefit the world is over their head. Women are more emotionally based, so they only think of in terms of how good they feel. They don't think about things like outcome or how what they're doing is going to affect men or affect children or affect the economy or affect the future. Their brains aren't even wired to think that way. But as men, we are. So you know that it is men doing this. All right? Men are doing this, not women. Women are just used as a catalyst to make losing your rights acceptable to a portion of the public. All right. So they're using feminism as a way to make losing your rights acceptable to the portion of the public. What do you think? Women aren't going to lose their rights? Only a woman should be that slow to think that when we lose our rights, that women will have all the rights and men won't have no rights. You think that's how this ends? This ends with nobody having rights. That's how this ends. It wouldn't benefit men to allow women to have the same rights that men does and then take away men's rights and then let women have them. No, that wouldn't even make any sense, because he would go against the same thing that he's fighting for. All right. So women are going to lose their rights too. So remember that feminism and all this gay rights and all of that, it's just used to make it acceptable to a portion of the public, because feminism and all of that is acceptable to a portion of the public. And so now we have these wars between Democrat and Republican. Really, they're two sides of the same coin. Republicans have the House right now, and you still don't have rights, right? So you go ahead and wear your MAGA hats and your stupid crap, or you go ahead and vote Democrat and this and that. I am neither one. All right? I understand it. I understand what's going on, but it's time for men's understanding to go deeper than what it is. All right? We're going to get a little bit deeper into this today. Talk to you in a minute.